On Tuesday afternoon, Rabbi Harris and I rode to the Library of Congress for the AIPAC Rabbinical Symposium. I think it's the fifth or fourth year that AIPAC gathers rabbis from all over the country, and we study together, we get inspired together. And I'm going to tell you very briefly that when I came back, I didn't ride with Rabbi Harris. I rode with a friend, Rabbi Kogan, a friend and teacher also, who was going to stay in my home. He came all the way from Queens, New York, and he was going to stay at night at home. So in the basement was my cousin who was visiting from Argentina. He was sleeping there. So Ari, my son, had to go and sleep upstairs with his sisters, and my rabbi's friends stayed in Ari's bedroom. So Ari, in the morning, took with him his toothbrush and his toothpaste. So this is Wednesday morning, and since the previous night I left my car in the parking lot in the synagogue, my friend and I walked together from my home to the synagogue for Minyan early in the morning. So my friends tell me, I need to tell you something that happened last night. Oh my God. I was so concerned. So he tells me he forgot his toothpaste. So he asked me the following question. What do you do when you don't have toothpaste at 6 a.m. in the morning and you are not in your home? So my answer is, you open the bathroom drawers to see if you can find one. Yes? Correct, says my friend. So I found something, he tells me, called dentine. So I put it in my toothbrush and started brushing, he tells me. And it didn't feel great, he tells me. Felt a little bit sticky in my mouth. And it was sticky all over my mouth and my toothbrush, he tells me. I think what I put in my toothbrush and in my mouth is cream to glue the dentures, tells me. Maybe your cousin or your father or someone left it there, and, well, I spent all Wednesday thinking, what could that be? Because I told him, I doubt it's cream to fix the denture, because my cousin is 39 years old, but who knows, and my dad, I know he doesn't use one of them. So to make a long story short, we came back the next day from the convention, from the symposium, and it was not dentine what he took, but decitine. For those who do not know what decitine is, it's a cream to avoid diaper rash. This is a true story, it's hilarious, and we all laugh, but going over this story, there was something that struck me, and I think we all take it for granted. I think there's a term that can describe what I'm talking about, and that term is abundance. When my friend asked me, what do you do when you don't have toothpaste at 6 a.m., my answer was, well, open the drawers to see if you can find one. That was my intuitive answer, and he said, correct. And that was probably a wrong answer, because my expectation was that there should be plenty of toothpaste in any bathroom. I expected abundance. My expectation was copiousness, a lot. There should be more. And I was thinking about it and started to look back at my parents' and grandparents' home. They did not live in a world of abundance as we do. And we take it for granted, and we might be wrong. This week, we read in the Torah portion, Deuteronomy 17:14. If you're interested, when you enter the land which the Lord your God is giving you, and you take possession and you live there, you shall appoint a king. Okay, you shall set a king over you from among your countrymen. Further, the king shall not acquire many horses for himself, nor make the people return to Egypt in order to acquire horses. Since the Lord says to you, you shall not return to Egypt. Then the king shall not acquire multiple wives for himself, or else his heart will turn away from God. And he shall not acquire great amounts of silver and gold. כסף וזהב לא ירבה לו. And then, now it shall come about when he sits on the throne of his new kingdom, he shall write for himself a copy of this Torah, this Sefer Torah on a scroll of the presence of the Levitical priest. So, not a lot of horses, not a lot of wives, not a lot of gold and silver, but write a Torah scroll and have it with you all the time. How often do we forget we live in a world of abundance? How often do we take it for granted? I started thinking about this Dvar Torah on Thursday morning, and I was getting ready to come to Minyan, and Catalina, my daughter, asked me if I could give her a towel, because that day was picture day at school, and she wanted her to look great. So I gave her the first towel I have handy, and I gave it to her, and she told me, "This is the pool towel." My answer was, "Well, use it at home too. It dries as any other towel." And then I look at my own towel, and I am not sure what I'm about to say, you're going to take it in a positive way or not, but I think that made me proud. I look at my towel, and this is a towel my Israeli family gave me as a present when I first went to Israel in 1989. It has my name, Fabian, embroidered in Hebrew letters. And I look at it and I said, well, at least I think if they see that towel, it is a good example for my kids. So let's review for a second the text. Lo yarbe lo susim. The king should not have lots of horses, not lots of wives, not lots of gold and silver. All this will take him away from his goal. All this will detour him from his path. What he should do is to have a Sefer Torah with you. And some interpreter says, okay, it's a little bit complicated to carry a Torah all day long. So the Baalei Tosafot, group of sages from the 12th to the 14th century in Germany and France, explained that it was just the 10 Commandments. Because from the word Anochi, the first words of the 10 Commandments, until the last word of the 10 Commandments, Asher li re'echa, there are 613 letters that reminded the king of the 613 commandments. Whether it was a full Torah scroll that the king carried or the 10 commandments, the king carried it every single day, and it reminded that every day not to go astray. That abundance, shefa in Hebrew, has the same letters of the word pesha, sin, wickedness. Dear friends, abundance is not always a blessing. Abundance should not always be expected. Abundance is something we should not take for granted. The person who has it all at the end of the day has nothing. As the king was reminded every day with the scroll he carried, every day he started his day, let us remember to, number one, when you go on a trip, take your toothpaste, but mainly value what we have and thank the Creator for it. Shabbat Shalom umevorach.